when you're holding a stick, per se, one of the things you want to make sure you do is from the bottom of the stick, we like to keep about a fist length or width of the stick open here. So what we like to use is that little width, that little puño, or the butt of the weapon. We like to strike with it. You could hook with it. You could snake bite. You could do different things utilizing that little butt of the weapon. And also by you having just a fist size on the bottom here, you still have quite a bit of stick here left to strike. One of the things you also want to remember is when you're throwing these strikes, even if it's fluid or whether it's broken strikes, you want to try to keep your wrist as rigid as possible. So avoid doing movements where it's like this before impact or like this before impact, because you could also damage your wrist, damage your arm, but then you also make the strike very weak, right? So maintain that rigid wrist, rigid shape, that 90-degree bend as much as you can. Try to think you're using a bladed weapon and you're slicing through a piece of meat. You want to maintain that shape throughout the time, right? Also, by keeping it nice and rigid, when you're throwing your thrust movements here, when at point of impact, it's also making sure that you're not going to lose grip and hurt your wrist when you're throwing that thrust.